Hello everyone, welcome back to What You Thinking, Hun. We did an episode a few years ago, and 2 weeks later, we're back. I have two guests today with me. On my right, James Welsh. And on my right, Robert Welsh.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Not a problem. It's been a while since we did that first episode.
I
I
think
explain
2
what
years?
happened. Yeah.
No, more than 2 years.
Was it more than 2 years?
Yeah, it's been
Definitely
like
more 2
been like
years.
7.
Oh yeah, true.
No.
We had a
think it
really
was
good idea
2017.
to do a podcast. It took us probably 2 days to set it up.
Yeah.
We had all the wallpapers.
Oh,
all the
it was
wallpapers
that.
are
Yeah,
hanging.
yeah.
You, for some reason, had movable walls in your house.
From
went too far.
the internet. Yeah, you have to.
We just got too busy.
Yeah,
didn't
we got too busy, too wild and crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this time around we've gone for a slightly different way of episode structure, whereas I'm just going to bring some Hun thinking to the table.
Yeah.
You two don't know what's happening.
Don't know what's happening.
We're just going to go. We've got props today,
Just in case.
just in case. So first thing, we're going to try and do this monthly, but please, we can't promise anything.
Don't
because
bring
of-
it up again.
Don't bring it up because of how we are. You may notice we're on the Welsh Twins youtube.com/Welsh Twins channel.
Yeah.
Rather than, because I think we set up a YouTube
We had our own
didn't we?
channel, but everyone seems to like you more on our joint channel.
Yeah.
So we thought, why not do that?
Why not bring it here?
Yeah.
Should we keep the other one?
We can maybe
just
post
leave it
it
there.
or leave it there. We can
Yeah,
link
just
it
leave it
in
there.
down below.
Yeah. And you can watch the first episode. So we'll officially call this episode 2.
Too.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that makes
Let's do
sense.
it. Go.
Oh, I don't want to take part.
There's no community feel on this podcast now.
No, I don't want that. I don't think that's what we're going
Well,
for.
we've only had one episode, and that was 20 years ago.
Yes.
So maybe it will develop naturally. So the structure of the episodes, what we like to do is bring a thought we've had for the last couple of weeks to the table and then discuss it. Really, you two aren't really having thoughts these days, so I'm just going to bring thoughts to the table, and then we'll go from there.
I think what's interesting is whilst Marcus is very academically clever, whilst me
Right.
and Robert, I would
That's
say
why
we're
I'm
better at
sitting in
things
front
like
of
dance
We're better at things like sequins
and dancing.
dancing.
Oh, no, I don't. I think I'm
performing.
better at dancing.
No, yeah, okay, fine. But I think,
Fucking do this. Just
Oh no, I can't do that.
but the
no.
thing is, I think it's interesting for Marcus to learn us some things.
learn us some things, sequences and dancing.
Let's just get on with it.
We'll carry on.
Yeah, okay.
Before we get into it, did you know it's actually National Black Forest Gatto
Oh,
Day?
I thought I was presenting. Okay.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Well, I just wanted to know. It's
Yeah.
National Black Forest Gatto Day.
I love a defrostable dessert.
Can we? I want to speak about this at length.
Yeah,
actually, if we
please,
can
I
cancel the whole episode.
Yeah,
Sure, hold on.
of
Let me just count.
Can't stop recording everything. This is private.
Cancel that episode.
I'm absolutely gonna commit crime. I used to hate Black Forest Gatto because as my taste buds have matured, I really enjoy some.
What age are we talking about that you hated it?
14.
Wait, how can you
I feel
hate
like I
it?
have it a lot as a defrostable dessert. I feel like Mum used to buy it all
Isn't
the
it just
time.
like foamy chocolate
Yeah,
and
foamy
cherries?
chocolate
and
cherry,
cherries,
yeah.
but it was very sharp, and I never used to appreciate
It had
the
that
sharp
alcohol
fruit.
taste almost, but not quite.
I don't remember having Black Forest.
I feel like
Gatto
we had
when
it a
were
lot, and
young.
it came in like a plastic.
Yeah, we
thing.
absolutely did.
I don't
Defrostable. And
Yeah,
it-
but you would
and
eat so
because it'll be
quickly
left,
and then
it'll be
just
left on
go.
the side for like a day, because it'll be defrosting for a whole week.
Yeah.
I
Well-
can't eat a Black Forest Gatto at all.
Why?
Straight to the hospital with
Yeah. Yeah.
sickness and diarrhea.
And that's
Yeah.
on being in your 30s, nearly 40s.
yeah, although
Well,
that would have happened in my
and your
20s.
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of those times. But no, I feel like as my taste buds have matured, I start to like many other things.
Like what? Olives?
coffee, olives,
Yeah.
anything vinegary,
Yeah.
anything fermented.
Sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember drinking tonic water for the first
think it
time
was plastic.
and nearly throwing up
Yeah.
and being like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
How
Why
old
would
were you
anyone
then?
do that?
14?
I think Mum and Dad let me taste some, and I was really young. Not really young as an 8,
I
but like
what we were talking about.
Tonic water.
Tonic water, sorry, yeah.
I was like, this tastes like rubber. How does anyone drink this?
Wait, tonic water on your own, and Mum and Dad let you taste it like it was alcohol.
Well, it's gin and
You weren't ever
tonic.
allowed.
Oh, it had
gin and
gin in
tonic,
it.
okay.
Yeah, but gin doesn't taste like anything, no, unless it's flavored.
True, it tastes like burnt rubber.
Yeah.
But then when your taste buds mature and you actually start to like it, this
Yes,
is what I mean.
like celery and spinach.
Can you eat celery? Can you just have a stick of celery?
No, I can, but I won't because I'm scared I'm going to
Scared.
choke to death.
Scared.
On a
Oh,
stringy
you're
bit.
scared.
On a stringy bit.
Yeah,
There's been loads of times where I've been at
Don't you
death's
peel them?
doors. No.
No peel celery.
Isn't it not just the same as you go down a layer?
Celery is like this. You got that windy bit, and then you have like dots in the middle, and that's where the danger
Yeah, but the
strings
front
are.
bits. So you got the curled front bits, aren't they?
What do you consider the front of a
What do you-
celery?
the curled edges, the chiffrons.
Can you? Just,
I guess-
I don't get it.
Sure. Okay, I know you said not to mention vaginas, but I think I've accidentally drawn.
Yeah, I think that's
That
probably...
still doesn't
So
mean
I'm
anything.
thinking about the curly bits at the front of the celery.
I still don't know what that is.
That's not where the danger is. It's
No,
all
that's what I'm saying. You
throughout.
peel it down to the two front bits.
Let me just.
So
Okay, hang
that
on.
would be like celery spaghetti.
So we're looking at a piece of celery.
That's a pasta.
No, you're looking
that's
down.
A pasta shape.
That's pasta.
No, oh, it's a what's it? And then when you cut it, there's 4 danger areas.
Okay.
And these are the stringy bits that
Oh,
go
yes.
throughout the celery that you can
Right,
potentially
right.
choke on and die.
Right pass.
Have you ever not had a piece of celery in your mouth and the other bits hanging by a celery string in your throat?
Yeah, well,
and you have to go, "Ugh."
That's part of it. The bit where there's.
So you're saying to
drawn a
shave
line.
it down to
Shave
just...
it down to those two.
What do you do
areas.
with the rest of it?
But
Oh,
things
it's
that-
shaved.
that
Discard it. Recycle it. Recycle it.
Eco-friendly, yeah.
Eco-friendly.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess, but then
String.
you
Robert's drinking. It's on me at the minute. Very quickly.
Let's
favourite-
wrap up this dessert
Yeah,
thing.
favourite frozen dessert, Black Forest Gatto.
Black Forest Gatto, hands down.
Mint
Hands down.
Viennetta,
Don't say
Arctic
adverts.
roll, Arctic
Don't say
roll.
brands.
Arctic roll,
Arctic roll.
Yeah.
That's what I
non-labeled
remember.
Arctic roll.
That's what I remember having. That Mum would always give us
A lot, and a bit of ice cream that had
Do
ice
you,
cream
rem-
in it.
do you remember when Mum discovered sweet potato, and then
And apples from the apple tree.
from the apple
do you
tree? So
remember?
every meal would have sweet potato and something, and then pudding.
I don't remember
apple and
this.
like Arctic
yeah,
roll.
yeah.
Sweet potato pudding.
Every-
Which you can.
You
Sweet
can do,
potato pie.
but it was just like mince and sweet potato, and
Yeah.
then lasagna, but sweet potato.
It's better for you.
And then by like a week later, we were all like crying, going, "Mum, I don't think we can ever eat sweet
Okay.
potato."
We used to have an apple tree in our garden until, I don't know, Dad killed it on purpose.
Yeah, no, by accident.
By
He-
accident.
He thought that's how you trim apple trees.
What,
by
cut
just
it down?
Cut it down all the way to the nubbin.
No. Oh, God. But
not
Mum,
happening
like,
to
I
Kyle.
think she felt like she had to use all the apples that were growing on it.
Nature's gift.
So
Yes.
for ages, we'd have everything with apple at any stage of the meal. It
Yeah,
was a
and they were
lot.
very, very, what's the word?
Sour.
Tart.
And here we are
Yeah.
now, all allergic to apple.
Yeah, here we are. Horrendous IBS.
That's where we would take tablets for multiple different things. round that conversation. Oh, we did it.
So,
So that's the end of that conversation.
so, that, so there we finished that one. Marcus, what's up? What, it seems like there's something on your mind.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Marcus,
Yeah.
what are you thinking, Han?
Oh, today I'm
That's
thinking-
the
that's the name of the
title.
thing. Yeah. So today I'm thinking a nice gentle way back into this.
Yeah,
Because we haven't seen each other since that last episode.
Yeah.
Will
a
be
few
a,
years.
a creative writing exercise.
But what if we can't spell?
That's not a problem.
Okay.
This is dyslexic friendly.
Good.
Then we're going to talk about poetry for a while. So the first
Okay.
question I want to ask is, what poems do you remember off the top of your head? Maybe from school or
Annabelle Lee.
Yeah.
There once was a woman and she was in a boat
that Edgar
and
Allan
she
Poe?
died and she was Annabelle Lee. No.
Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven.
The Raven.
That's not
Really
what
the
it's
Raven.
called.
Quoth the Raven.
I guess the one about when the kids that got like chewed-time diseases. Here we go in a circle and now
don't know
we're
any
Ring
of
Around the
these.
Roses.
Ring around the
Oh.
roses.
Is that a
Is that
poem?
poem? I guess
More
it's
of a
not
nursery
poem.
rhyme.
Yeah, I actually don't know any. That's kind of it.
It's more of a TikTok trend.
There used to be a few at school we used to have all the time.
In the anthology.
Yeah, because they only made us study like 5, and they're like, you need to know these, and then none of them came up on any test
Yeah.
ever.
We basically went to a Victorian school for some reason. With some hymns in the morning. and-
Yeah, true.
But then the secondary school, I remember a Carol Ann Duffy poem.
Carol and or Carol Ann?
Carol Ann Duffy, who
Okay.
was poet laureate until quite recently.
What does that mean?
She was in charge of all the poetry in the country.
Really, actually?
No, not like that. It was like, she's the chief
She's like,
poet.
I'm such a poet.
She's the best poet. I don't quite know what happens. but
Is it
there's
like the Nobel Peace Prize?
Peace Prize.
No, because they can have it for life, like Wordsworth was.
Oh.
If, say, we were to go to a poetry convention,
Yeah.
and the UK would enter Carol
we
Ann
love.
Duffy.
Oh, okay. She's like a Eurovision.
Yeah, she's like a Eurovision.
Okay, cool.
That's a really good way of explaining it. She did one
No,
about.
because would it be career ruining for her though? Like a lot of people that go into the Eurovision.
Oh, she wouldn't really go to the Eurovision.
She wouldn't actually go to Europe. She
Okay,
wouldn't
right.
be Carol Ann Duffy at Eurovision. But she did a poem about, you might remember it. My love is like an onion, and like you peel
Oh,
the layers.
yeah.
That one really stuck out to me.
don't
We
remember
did it at
that
secondary
one.
school.
My love is like an onion that you peel the layers.
Yeah.
By Carol
Underneath,
and Duffy.
Eurovision 2016.
Both of us. Yeah. Well, that sounds good.
That sounds gorgeous.
Another thing I remember about poetry at school was going to the Isle of Wight on a trip.
Oh, yeah.
So this was our first week away from home. This is our first. Was it like 5 days? or
No, I
something?
think it was like a weekend.
like a long
It felt like a
weekend.
long time.
It does, yeah, because it's your first time away.
First time away. So year 6. How old were you then?
I don't know. 12?
12, 11, 12. So we went to the Isle of
Actually,
Wight, and then we went to the Needles, which is the famous
The pointy
cliffs.
bits. There's pointy bits.
Where it's eroded in the middle, and there's a lighthouse. I think at one of them. I can't quite remember. Then we had to write a poem as we were there.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you had to do it as well.
I remember. Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
sitting there on the beach and looking.
I
at
don't remember
the
any
walls.
of it.
So there was like a little waterfall, and the teacher was like, because we still joke about this to this day. The teacher was like, you can make the poem about anything, but use words like cascade.
Cascade.
So everybody was like, the water
Cascades
cascades down the water.
And then it cascades to
then
the
it
end,
cascades
and
to
now
the
I am cascading following it.
And you read it out to the teacher and you'd be like,
Yeah.
And then like,
cascading.
Cascading,
down.
yeah. No one knew what it meant at the time because we
No.
were 11.
yeah. I won a competition in sixth form college with poetry.
Did you?
You didn't go to sixth form, did
Yeah.
I
you?
went despite being really dyslexic. I was an A-star English literature pupil, and we had to write poems about something, but it's not that thing. So I
Excuse me, pardon?
You have to describe. I can't remember what it's called. Where you describe. Say I'm describing this tambourine.
Yeah.
Cascading
And I'm like,
into your hand.
if I cascade it here, I'm like, its tight skin is wrapped, cascaded round its bronzed body. You might think it's a person, but actually it's a
it's
tambourine.
tambourine.
So at
we
the
had
end
to
we
do
just
that.
like, it's a tambourine.
yeah.
and then she woke up. No, I wrote about it. Sounded like a cat, but it was actually a stripper.
Oh my god.
Oh, beautiful. I love that.
English.
Do you remember any of it?
Something about claws. But I described them as nails, and I won.
Do your parents know you're gay?
They don't know I'm actually poet laureate.
What did you win?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
And was how many people?
then he left.
I won a subway. 6-inch subway.
Did you have to read it in front of people?
It was a class of us. Yeah, we had to enter. And actually, the boy who sat next to me stole my Notorious DVD.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, poetry.
Yeah.
That's
sorry.
not okay.
I know. I still think about it today. Like genuinely, I
Yeah.
still think he has my Notorious
Name
DVD.
him.
I can't remember his
Yeah,
name.
name him now.
I just remember the DVD.
I have a poem here to read to you from 2000 BC.
Oh,
That's before
See
Trist.
there. That's before Notorious.
That's before my Notorious DVD went missing.
I tried to find like the oldest poem. There's different sources that say different things, so I just found a really, really old one.
Is this where the tambourine is needed?
No, not yet. That's
Okay.
be patient, please.
Okay, no,
Just
do
have a
need to
no,
leave it alone.
absolutely.
To prove that you love me, give me your caresses. My Lord God, my guardian angel and protector. My shoe sin, who gladdens Anil's heart. Give me your caresses.
That's aggressive.
Yeah, it's about to get really disgusting. So if you have
children,
cats,
trigger warning.
children. My place, like sticky honey. Touch it with your hand. Place your hand over it like a honey pot lid. Cup your hand over it like a honey cup. So how do you feel about that?
We're talking about vaginas. Wait, I literally said don't talk about vaginas.
Yeah, literally.
Here we are.
The only thing you said, only bit of advice.
Was it a poem or was it like a sex letter?
Well, yeah, no, it was a poem.
Was it more like a text?
The kings back then, I can't quite remember it, but they used to have just
Oh wait,
many,
so we're
many
not
wives
talking like
and...
cavemen.
No. This is Sumer. This is kind of the first.
People didn't suddenly have clothes when it turned like AC. No, AC?
No,
BC?
So
AD.
at 1 AD,
AD,
suddenly people weren't dressed. Yes.
No, I know.
They-
I just
and sheep
thought
were
it just sounded
invented.
like really. I had woolly mammoths in my head. For
No,
some
I did
reason.
too. I had cave people
Right,
being like,
so
touch
why-
my honey
why
pot.
trying to humiliate me?
But honey pots weren't invented.
True.
This is like the first civilization.
Okay.
So this is the first time people were gathered in
So
one
like
place.
what? Rome.
Making trade. Way before.
Way before.
It's
Wow.
cute, but I don't understand. Like,
It's very aggressive. It's
you
not nice.
just-
Like caress.
do you just do this?
I think it's very sexually aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Yeah. Cup.
But they're like, do it now.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
cut my
But if
honey
someone's
pot,
a
or
like you won't have
you
my
will be
dates.
thrown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Place
But
your
why do you want
hand
me to-
over his honey pot lid.
His honey pot lid.
His?
Place your hand over it like a honey pot lid.
Is this from a man?
Yes, it's from the King Enil.
So he is
He
referring
ripped
to
this.
himself
Well,
as a honey
it's come
pot
from
lid.
him.
No.
It might be his poet
No,
laureate,
oh,
for
maybe.
example.
Can you read it again?
Yeah.
Now
The
I
last
know.
bit.
Get to the honey pot. Yeah, the honey pot.
Now I got
bit.
a man in my
My
head.
place.
My place.
So let's just
His phallus.
Panginus.
yeah, like sticky honey.
Why is it sticky though? Well, I guess back in them times it might have been sticky.
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
be very
diseases. Touch it with your hand. So that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, I don't know why it's sticky though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God,
Oh,
Christ.
for God's sake.
Christ.
Oh, we've all just realised at the same time. Place your hand over it like a honey pot lid,
I don't get that though. I don't know why.
and then cup your hand over it like a honey cup.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, why? What are you gonna?
How
like,
many?
What's he asking?
And how
them
many
to
storage
do?
solutions for honey do they have?
Right, something to consider. Let's take where we are in time here. So this is around 2000 BC. Rome, we won't see anything from Rome till like 700 BC.
Oh really?
So
Oh,
this is
shit.
a long
Okay.
time before
Wow.
Rome. We've got Egypt. We've got Egypt, Indus Valley.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is very early. So problems might be one, translation.
Yes.
There might be some bits here that are not honey at all, or not lid,
Right.
pot lid. And two, we don't really know too much the customs of the time. We know the basics, we know what was written down, but obviously, like all history, it's the kings tell the stories of history.
And I
So-
feel like kings at that time were just kings of like a village.
And they make shit up as well.
Yeah.
Like, oh, everyone.
But like, go
loves
to the
honey
king,
pot.
next village over, and invade their pub.
Yes, it is a little bit like that because within so Mesopotamia is called the cradle of civilization.
That's
between,
the one country.
Well, it's current day Iraq, so we're between the Tigris and the.
I thought
Euphrates.
Mesopotamia was
before
everything was
separated.
one country.
No, that's Pangea when everything was one.
And that's the
Gina.
dinosaur times.
That's that clothing brand. Really expensive
Yeah,
pajamas.
close.
I don't, okay.
Dinosaur times is many, many millions of
Oh,
years.
so
So,
now-
you would
so
have had
not-
separation
yeah.
of land even then.
Yeah. So we're Mesopotamia.
With Mesopotamia, current day Iraq, between the two rivers, Tigris and Euphrates.
And they still
Sorry, I'm
alive.
not saying
What
it
was
wrong.
happening in England for
They're still there.
reference?
Cave people.
Like Stonehenge?
Yeah, around.
Okay,
yeah,
alright, okay, I
I
got
don't
it
quite
now.
exactly know when Stonehenge was, but we
Okay.
had that kind of culture where it's
The biggest age was 20.
Right, yeah, very
again.
old.
This is just people living in things. We do have farm. We do have like the
culture.
agricultural revolution.
Yeah.
So we're
Okay.
we're making farm, but culture maybe not so much.
Oh.
It's in little pockets. So
Right,
civilization is just beginning. This is the first
Okay,
time
people are just
in
like, wait a
one
minute,
place.
money,
If
wait
I
a
live
minute,
here, yes,
wallpaper.
Yes, if I live here,
Yeah.
this man will make my bread,
Yeah.
and I can do this.
Let's
for
call him Michael Bread,
Let's
and
call
then
him
we'll start
Michael
getting last names. I've done it.
done
So let me just. I'm just gonna say it straight away. I think that was referring to the end of his penis.
Okay, no, we got it.
No, a cup in it.
We're going to move to the 40s, 50s,
Okay.
early 60s now.
Really cheeky time.
Yeah. You might have heard of the Beat Poets or the Beat Generation.
Yeah,
They were
no,
like-
like this.
Yeah, so you get
Stepping
the
on
kind of,
stones
Yeah,
and living
yeah.
things
The kind
and-
of
They didn't really say anything.
that beatnik kind of thing you think about in your head with the
Yeah.
beret and the glass.
Is that where like
Like,
slam?
oh my god, is that why we got this?
Yeah, it's a bit like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now?
This is why we've got this. Yeah. So let me just read you this. A new generation of poets rebelled against the conventions of mainstream American life.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
In writing, they became known as the beat poets, a name that evokes weariness, down and outness, like beaten down. That's where it comes from.
Is that where it comes
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
I thought it was like
On the
Catch
beat.
the beat.
Yeah.
No, it's more like they're beaten down by American life, McDonald's and cars and grease lightning.
So
and
they
that
all
kind
wore
of thing.
turtlenecks and berets.
yeah. Why would
Yeah, it's like a counterculture at the time,
Yeah.
especially I think we're a bit early for Vietnam, but against like later on.
And teenagers
anti-war
weren't
and-
invented yet.
Well, yes, because this is rock and roll times.
So so they were.
So
just
we are,
becoming
yeah, we
teenagers.
have rock and roll teenagers. So I'm gonna
Okay.
let one of you read a poem
Oh, I'd love
by
to.
Allen Ginsberg, and the other one's going to play the tambourine in the style of a style of beat poetry. So this is a rendition of Allen Ginsberg's America, read by James, accompanied by Robert on tambourine.
America,
Good.
I've given you all and now I'm nothing. America, $2.27 January 17th, 1956. I can't stand my own mind. America, when will we end the human war? Go fuck yourself with your atom bomb. I don't feel good, don't bother me. When will you be worthy of your million Trotskyites? America, why are your libraries full of tears? America, when will you send your eggs to India? I'm sick of your insane demands. When can I go into supermarket? Turn it down a little bit.
I was really
I guess
feeling
that is-
it.
Everyone was really feeling
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's the point,
Really
James.
feeling
And
it.
you have come in now and tried to censor Robert's,
Right, that's exactly what I
No,
was thinking.
yeah, let's carry on.
Robert's creative freedom.
Yeah,
and
that's exactly how
you're
I
trying
feel.
to put.
I'm sick of your insane demands. Now I'm feeling it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I just end it really quick?
Yeah, just end it really quick. Really
I
well.
sit in my house for days on end and stare at the roses in the closet.
Oh God.
I feel like James tried to take my eggs away.
I'll be honest, I don't know if it's because I don't know politics that much at all, but I don't understand what he was saying other than about
It's a kind
war
of
and a
rally.
bomb.
Yes, it's basically that. It's a rally against the shiny America. You got thinking this is the 50s, so this is the time of the American ideal. You know, where they're now coming out of the war.
Yeah.
So they've all got money, they've all got houses, they've all got cars. But
Yeah.
really, what's going on under the surface is there's still racism. There's still
And they're like,
Cold
look
War
how
going
great
on.
everything
It's
is.
all
We're
American life.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
So would you say that was a famous poem?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably his second most famous poem after Howl, but
It doesn't take much, does it? Though, because like, what was that?
it didn't rhyme, and we're like, oh,
oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
where's the
that one.
rhyming?
yeah.
The cat sat on a mat.
On the mat
with
with
a
a
bat.
I said, look at that.
Do you know what a haiku is?
It's when you. So go on.
No,
A haiku is when so say I'm a poet and I'm writing a haiku. It's like ooh, like if it's a comedy.
Or if I was like, if it was a comedy,
And you were a poet, and you're like,
poet, like,
say if it's a haiku, like ooh that. So a haiku.
okay, just gonna stop you there. It consists of 3 lines
Right.
only.
yeah, 3 lines.
First line 5 syllables.
Yes. No. I
Second
was-
line 7 syllables.
Has to be 7.
And the third line 5 syllables.
And then you're like ooh. Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
ooh.
No, I
Yeah.
know this one.
So can you quickly think of one now?
Most of the time.
Most
all
of the time.
So
All of the time.
575.
575.
Most
Do
of
you
the
even think seven about all the eggs we sent to India?
time.
Ben,
Are you going to do one or are you just going to copy Robert?
That's the one I was going to say.
it's very famous.
Very famous.
What we're going to do now is we are going to write a poem.
Oh, shit,
Because
okay.
you're going to use everything you've learned here, the knowledge we've acquired today.
No, I got it.
But I'm going to do a random word generator.
Do I need 575 because I've written
No,
it
we're not
down.
doing a haiku, I'm afraid.
I'll just be a
It's
poem.
It can be a haiku. It can be in any form you want. I'm going to generate 3 random words. They're going to be 3 nouns.
Okay.
And the poem has to be about this. This is
Okay.
the subject of your poem.
Okay.
love
So I'm
nouns.
generating that. The top one will be
favourite kind.
Robert's. Manufacturing.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, I can't even
To
spell it.
manufacture.
Yeah, but you could talk about how manufacturing
Manufacturing.
America is. That's what I'm going to
James, grain. And I'm going to do gate.
Okay.
do. Okay.
So you can play along. I'm going to generate a word for you. You can put your poem in the comments. Pie, P-I-E. Don't be disgusting. What was mine again? What was mine?
Pie?
No.
I can't remember.
It was pie, wasn't it?
Pie, yeah.
No, that's for
that's
anybody that wants to do a poem in the
Oh.
rage. I'll do rage because I forgot what mine was.
Done. Mine's a very, like, you know?
Mine was really hard hitting, actually.
No, mine is.
I'm done, and I would say that mine is really hard hitting and impactful.
Yeah, I would say mine's impactful.
I'd say mine is. You have to really think about what I'm saying
May I same?
because it doesn't quite mean exactly what it says.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite mean anything.
I'm done with mine.
yeah, mine too.
I think ours might be similar.
Okay.
Are you done already?
Yeah, I've done already.
Okay.
Who goes first?
I'm very good at poetry.
Yeah, you am a big commenter.
Well, why don't you go first as an example?
Okay. God, I'm cross. The rage of 1,000 butts. The inner egg is frothing. Large red boil.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
You can really imagine.
yeah.
So.
There's a lot. I don't want to go into it.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
I just want to say, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay. My word was grain.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like grains, America?
Oh, you've taken what he's learned, which is really nice.
Yes, yeah.
Would you share them with your neighbor when it all falls down?
Oh, that's really good, actually.
What do you know about fall? Build that wall. Is that what you want, America? Eat your grains. Use your brains, America.
That's really good.
Mine was Actually, I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I don't want to get into it.
So my theme was manufacturing.
Yes.
And manufacturing can mean different things.
Is this
mean-
the poem now?
No, that's my introduction.
Oh, I thought that's a really good start.
Yeah.
I'm going to start now. Do we manufacture? No, I will start again.
Yeah.
Okay,
you do.
sorry, no, because it was so good.
Do we manufacture? Cup my honey length. Don't.
Using what he learned.
Yeah.
Don't manufacture any of that cascading honey lid onto yourself. Don't do it.
I do want to say something. I really like that. But your word was manufacturing.
Ah.
It's okay. And also, it wasn't about manufacturing.
But I changed it because. Oh, actually, no.
Really good poem about manufacturing that didn't really mention anything about it, apart from the word.
I'm so sorry.
No, it was really good. It made me think a lot.
Yeah.
I'm ever so sorry.
Yeah.
What it made me think of it, actually, don't worry about it. Well, we look forward to seeing your poetries underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave them below.
Can we link a word generate? Oh no, we got the word.
We got the
Yeah,
word
yeah.
pie, P-I-E,
pie.
not P-I.
As to eat.
As to eat. So look forward to that, and we will be back maybe next month if we can.
Hope
Well, we
so.
definitely will be because
We
we're
will be
we're gonna
recording
have
it
to-
now.
recording it now, so we're just going to do that now.
Unless something really bad happens in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
I feel like I've learnt a lot.
I've learned a lot today. I can go away. I can think about. Actually, no, I don't want to say.
Yeah, let's not get into
I think
it
that's
too
the
much.
lesson here. So poetry, happy Banoffee Pie Day. Viennetta World.
Cabbage
pie
Okay,
day
thank you.
to the
Cabbage
world.
degrees pie day.
Thanks for coming along
thanks
to
for
being my
having us.
guest.
For having us so
and,
much.
We'll see you soon and see you next month.
Bye.